Well, good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to my 2682nd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. And guess what? That would be me. Hey kids, thanks for tuning in. We've got some great stuff in these charts. I'm going to show it to you in just a moment, but I want to remind you of something. There's a lot of risk in trading, you know that, right? If you didn't know that, you've never traded, not even once, I promise you. If you've ever traded before, you know what you've felt? I'm sure you felt that, right? Now, what happens is instead of feeling just a little slap, you feel like someone hit you with a sledgehammer if you don't have a stop in, right? Put your stops in, put them in first. Never trade without protective stops. Get that down and you will live in this game a lot longer. What's on the board? Let's go take a look. For trading on 12/19/2023, that's a Tuesday. This video will be basically a continuation of my weekend webinar. Let's see where the charts are today versus Saturday, when I gave you a bunch of great tips and tricks in Saturday's webinar. Let's see if they're going to work. We'll see how that's doing moving forward. And if you did not have a chance to view it, I will leave a link for Saturday's webinar, which just passed. I'll leave a link below this video so you can watch it in its entirety. So, a continuation of the weekend webinar. I'll show you where the charts are, some of them, where the charts are now. Netflix, baby. The planets are in line. The stars are lined up, and Netflix is going. I'll show that to you. Do not fall in love with the downside. When's the last time you cats have seen that on my board, right? I don't care what kind of dips you get this week. Don't fall in love with the downside. Just buy the crap out of them. We're going. The charts will show you. I'm about to show you that right now. One quick thing. Subscribe to these videos. Do that right now. Right here. Click below. Subscribe. Alert yourselves. Make sure that you know when these videos come out. If you want to hang out with me, in person, sort of, I am live in a trading room every day on camera and microphone. I am there. It's Live with Oscar because I just live in that room. No credit cards, no nonsense. Come on down to livewithoscar.com. Fill out the application, which takes 30 seconds. I'm going to ask you for a name, a username, a password. You're going to get an email. It's going to go to spam, I promise you. Look in your spam, send that email back to me, and you can hang out with me in my live trading room. It'll cost you nothing. We can go over charts, see what the world's about. So make sure you come on down to livewithoscar.com. And what else? Is there anything else? OmniCamp's coming, baby. Yeah. I cannot wait. I got OmniCampers ready to go. OmniCamp will be Jan 25th through the 28th, held here. 5 nights, 4 days, an extravaganza held here in Las Vegas in my home office. If you'd like to be part of that, make sure that you go to OMNIBootcamp.com, fill out an application, and tell me you'd like to be part of our January 25th extravaganza called OmniCamp, and I'll be more than happy to give you a call. That's about it, kids. I want to get right to work. I want to go back and look at those charts. I want to show you some charts. So we're about to look at them. But before we look at the charts, which should depict what's going to happen tomorrow and the next couple of days, I want to remind you to say something to yourselves over and over, because I promise you it's going to help you when you're in a bad trade that's going against you and you're biting your nails. Don't hit the keyboards. Don't change the stops. Don't do anything crazy. Instead, say this to yourselves over and over again, and then we'll look at some charts. Are you with me? Say it with me, kids. 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, kids. I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Now, let's go look at some charts. Traders, in this weekend's webinar, I gave you some reasoning why the stock market has to go up. Reasoning. This is 30-year T-bonds, the futures market. They have been rallying like crazy. When 30-year bonds go up, interest rates go down. That is absolute. It's inherent. It has to happen. Jerome Powell doesn't have to say a word. If the stock market goes up, consider this a little teeter-totter or a little seesaw out in the park. If There's a heavy kid on this side. The light kid goes up. Well, the heavy kid is interest rates because bonds are going up. When bonds go up, interest rates go down. Interest rates are dropping. That propels the stock market. What else? If you look at crude, crude has been dropping for a long time now. Nothing goes straight down, but it just keeps working down in this channel. Falling interest rates plus crude oil dropping equals higher stock prices. And let's see if that's happening. Bloomberg Commodity Index. Look at what's happening to inflation. Oh my goodness, it's deflation practically now. Used to be up here when the pandemic was taking place and then we had our supply chain issues, right? Look at this index. This tells you if we're having inflation. It's the index of inflation. At this point, it's turning into the index of deflation, right? So we don't have inflation. That's the third thing pushing the markets higher. So if crude's going down, interest rates are going down, and you've got inflation dropping, guess what that means? Your stock market cannot stop. This should have been a double top in the NASDAQ. Should have been. We're here already. This is on a weekly. We're already up here. NASDAQ is besting a double top, which is something that doesn't happen all the time. Most double tops absolutely work. In fact, we have a saying at the OMNI Trading Academy, right? When we see a double top, we sell a double top. But you didn't hear a word from me about this one, did you? Because there's too much information and evidence to prove that it will not stay here. So let's look at the next chart. What else is going up? It's forcing the Dow Jones Industrial Average to explode. Look at the channel it's been in here. Wonderful channel all the way up and down. It has held perfectly. Then you get these things, I like to call them Oscarisms known as F flags. You get a quick flagpole up, the upwards consolidation, another quick flagpole up, a bull flag gets created, another quick flagpole up, and look, we're in one of those Oscarism F flags again. What happened last time? It just kept going for a while, right? It's only 3 days in. That's got more room for the upside, and I like it. Omni wants us to buy dips in NASDAQ and S&P, and we certainly will. S&P chart. Falling interest rates, crude oil dropping, and this, the Wall Street bonus round. Don't forget what we're witnessing right here. This is December, right? If you are working on Wall Street and you're running a big fund, if you've got stocks in your portfolio that have been going down, you get rid of those stocks, you sell them, and you increase the stocks that were going up. Meaning you get rid of the garbage, you increase on the good stuff. That makes the market move higher, and guess what that does? Gives out bonuses for December. So between falling interest rates, crude oil dropping, and the Wall Street bonus round, stocks are going higher. What does this chart show you? This chart shows you that the beginning of November, S&P was 4238.5. It ended November up here, 4657. That's 419 points in the month of just November, from this spot to this spot. All right, now December begins here at the price of 4612.75. It's already been as high as 4802. It's up 189 points, and it's only halfway through the month. That means at this pace, S&P goes to 4950 to 5050 sometime in December. I've got a higher level above that, my year-end call. Let's get here first. Keep that in mind. The propulsion that you're seeing here and me doing my typical analysis tells us we're at least going there on this next big run. Then you've got this. In the weekend webinar, I showed you this repetitive pattern in the Russell 2000 where 1, a quick rally. 3 bars makes that quick rally. 2, a consolidation. 3, another quick rally. Well, it worked here. Then here, quick rally, number 1. 2, consolidation. Number 3, quick rally. It happened again. Now look at that one. Quick rally, number 1. Consolidation, number 2. Quick rally takes place, number 3. Well, where are we? Consolidation is expected. Now this is what I showed you in the weekend webinar, and look what's happened. You got a bar here, a bar here. They're filling in just like they're supposed to. So it's staying inside of here like it's supposed to, like it did here and here and here. Your repetitive pattern is working, taking the Russell higher. So the markets are absolutely getting propelled by cheaper crude, meaning cheaper energy, meaning a stimulus for everybody in the world right in their pocket immediately. Cheaper bond yields, which means higher prices in bonds, cheaper bond payments, or I should say, interest rates dropping. Of course, the bonus round, they're going to buy the crap out of the stuff they are, right? They're buying the good stuff. Now this, what's in the Russell, by the way, are small cap stocks. They're not quite going up right now as much because they're jumping all over the E-mini, S&P, and NASDAQ stocks. Russell will be the next to go when it breaks out of that flag. Now we've got Netflix. Look at this, kids. Here's your money maker tomorrow. Netflix. Remember I just mentioned before double tops almost always work? Well, you went all the way up for a long time, hit a top, came down, hit the second top, had your reaction, double top worked. Now look what's happened. We're going to take out all the stops above the double top. That's tomorrow's work. You can be long Netflix. I've got prices where I've got a trade already worked out from OMNI where we should get long Netflix. Come on down to livewithoscar.com and I will give you that trade for free. Just come on down and I'll give it out to everybody in the trading room. Make sure you join me at livewithoscar.com. I will see you there.